This is Matthew Cratter from Trader University, and today I want to talk about the stock market, how it's been breaking down over the last couple of weeks, and a possible reason why that I don't think enough people are paying attention to. If you're interested in learning how the economy actually works, so you can make money in both bull and bear markets, or you just want to see what I'm trading or investing in, be sure to hit that subscribe button. So we have been talking about various candlestick, bearish, reversal candlestick patterns really since September 3rd. And this was when we got a very big reversal week in the S&P 500. We can see here these are weekly bars for the S&P 500. And the bar that I'm looking at is what's called a spinning top, which is right here. And you can see that it's a bar that shows that volatility has been expanding. So it's got a very high and a low. It's a very wide ranging bar. In addition to that, it has these long wicks on either end. And what it does, these often occur at points of market reversal, indecision, or confusion. And in addition to that, we have had a couple weeks of sell-offs since that. So this is beginning to look like it was a significant reversal pattern. We got the same thing in the QQQs as well, and even a larger one with really an enormous range going from highs of 303.50 down to lows of 271.80. Now, as we've spoken about, September is usually a very bad month for the stock market, so this is not to be surprised. But what we've begun to see in the last week is a lot more bearish price action. Just looking at the S&P 500 here, even though we're trading above the been trading mostly above the 50-day moving average, you can see how many red days there are. And these are days where the market opened up and then closed lower than it opened. So just a visual inspection can really show that. Whereas the week, a couple weeks ago, you could see mostly green bars, much smaller range bars. And here we're getting much bigger red bars. And then to compound matters, even though we're still in an uptrend, technically we just got a close below the 50-day moving average here on Friday. Something similar happening with the NASDAQ 100 breaking down as well. And if we look at a lot of the market leaders, Amazon now trading below the 50-day moving average, sort of in no man's land, whatever the expression is here. Facebook below the 50-day moving average, Microsoft, and significantly Apple, which is really one of the big leaders, closing below the 50-day moving average. And Apple's a great example of how many red bars we've had the past few weeks. And this is, again, very typical behavior for September, to see a breakdown in leaders and to see a pullback in the markets. But I would suggest that there may be a fundamental reason behind this that we need to keep an eye on. We know about all the tensions between the U.S. and China. On Friday, Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross announced that the U.S. would now bar WeChat from allowing people to send money back and forth with people who are in the U.S. And obviously this is an app that a lot of people with relatives in China like to use. And obviously the TikTok ban, which we've been following, it looks like now that you're not allowed to update TikTok, even though American users will be able to still use the app. But I think what's a little bit more sinister and worrying is we're seeing a lot of sort of rumblings on the horizon of possible upcoming hostilities. Taiwan had to scramble some jets after China did this flyover show of force during a visit just this week. In addition, this was really, I think, big news. It's not really being covered. That the ambassador to China from the U.S., Terry Branstad, has just resigned or been fired or left. And as Live Monitor here points out, canary in the coal mine, not many understand what this means and what is possibly coming. So Terry Branstad's an interesting figure. He is old friends with the Chinese leader, the head of the Communist Party, Xi Jinping, and they've known each other since 1985 when Xi came to Iowa, and Xi says he considers Branstad an old friend. So here is sort of a friendly bridge between the U.S. and China. And he's not a typical ambassador because he has this close relationship with Xi. Harold Malmgren, who is definitely worth following on Twitter, he's really a consummate Washington, D.C. insider, talks to a lot of influential people still he suggests that this is a really bad sign, especially happening this close to the election. And U.S. gloves coming off, or does this mean the Chinese Communist Party is readying a shock to the U.S.? So Branstad was sort of there to smooth things over, and he was really the main channel between Trump and Xi, as you would expect. And now it appears that things are escalating, and that this is not just typical turnover. As this is Malmgren pointing out what I just said, that he was a single channel of Branstad was a single channel of personal trust between Trump and Xi, not just any other U.S. diplomat. So this is a little bit strange, the timing of this, why it would happen this close to the election. And it suggests that something bad could be happening, either something that the U.S. is about to do to China or China is about to do to the U.S. And it would certainly not be a surprise to see China take advantage of the uncertainty and the volatility surrounding the U.S. election to possibly do something. Harold Malmgren's a person that I like to, I think is always worth listening to, simply because he has his ear to the ground and talks to a lot of very interesting insiders in Washington, D.C. He also claims on his Twitter feed that the Federal Reserve has been buying S&P futures in the middle of the night to help to prop up the stock market, which is also an interesting point as well. And so when Malmgren talks, it's definitely worth listening. This could be an explanation for why the stock market is showing this sort of weakness, that insiders, government officials see something bad coming between the U.S. and China. If you enjoyed the analysis of candlesticks and price action trading, I'd encourage you to check out my course, Price Action Trading, where I teach you how to read candlesticks and all the different formations that you can get, such as spinning tops and outside days and some of these things that we spoke about. So if you're interested, you can click on the link below. It'll take you to this page where you can see all of my courses. I have a course on momentum stocks, a course on day trading, swing trading, as well as my flagship course, Learn to Trade Stocks Like a Pro. If you're interested in trading IPOs, I have a course on that, trading options, trading futures, etc. And you also get access to a list of my favorite momentum stocks. So if this is something that interests you, you can click here, you can click on any of these boxes, and it'll give you the list of lectures that's in that particular course. And then you can scroll all the way to the bottom here and click Get It Now, which will take you to the checkout page. I wanted to give you a special coupon. Normally, access to all these courses, all 13 courses, is just $125 for 30 days access. But if you use the coupon I'm going to give you, click right here, have a coupon code, type in YT99, as in YouTube 99, click update, and that will take $26 off. So you get access to everything for just $99 for 30 days. There are no long-term contracts or anything like that. So you can cancel at any time. Watch all the courses cancel before the 30 days are up. And that way you'll have access to really a huge number of courses that cover a lot of these concepts in depth. Thanks a lot for listening. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that subscribe and like button. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section below. And let me know what you think about U.S.-China relations at this point, and if you've heard anything interesting you'd like to share with the community. Thanks a lot for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.